Hey there, YouTube. I wanted to take the opportunity to sit down and talk with you about my brand new Hotas system. I'm going to adjust the camera just ever so slightly. Please be patient with me. This is an experiment. I've literally had to take my camera mount from the car, which I usually do these videos with, and I've had to stick it to a large jug of Country Time pink lemonade in order to be able to do this video, because nothing is anchored enough for my giant ass fucking phone. So this here is the thrustmaster. Pardon me. Thrustmaster. It would be T-Master if you shorten the thrust. Thrustmaster T-Flight X. This is not completely satisfactory. This is the $50 option for a Hotas system. And as a man in his early 40s, it's not comfortable. This part of the Hotas is very comfortable. Now, it looks fairly small when you look at it in many different videos. And I'm going to just bring it on over here real quick. It is just the perfect fit for my hand. But there are a couple of problems with it. For instance, this button right here, which I use for a chat option in Star Conflict, because I currently cannot play in Star Citizen because my puny-ass computer, that thing right there, won't keep up with it. But this button right here comes to a very sharp point, and I've stuck myself on it several times. Now, you may notice that there is tape on this. It's sports tape. I always have and always will put a little bit of sports tape onto the joysticks that I use. And the reason why is it just makes it feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more grippy to me. And it probably always will. This shelf where the bottom of your hand rests feels perfectly adequate, and it engages your hand into the joystick quite well. Now, there is, I believe, an 8-directional hat, what I use for firing missiles button, and a secondary button up there on top for whatever you happen to want it to be for. And, of course, your primary, as I understand it, single-stage trigger. Now, one of the primary complaints about this system is that it does not fit around a keyboard. My keyboard fits between it quite well, and this is not a short keyboard. This is a standard size keyboard. In order to keep everything in place, I use the 2 feet that you can pitch off the back of the keyboard to just sort of hook up and rest on this. It keeps the entire apparatus together. I do have complaints, but for now, it's adequate. However, the throttle design bugs the hell out of me. There is this deep swoop, and my hands are accustomed to that tool parked up there, which is my hands contouring to a katana. This is attempting to contour in the absolute opposite way to the hand of a human being. My hat is crooked. What the hell? So this is not comfortable. Even in the slightest, it is not comfortable. It tapers in and tapers out, much in the same way as you might expect. Wow, complete and total brain fart. Shutdown. What the hell? Anyways, the toggle on the back allows me to do roll in Star Conflict, and these buttons back here have proven very useful for a wide assortment of different apparati. Now, I know you can't see it, and I will try to turn it all the way around, but on this side there are 4 buttons. Everywhere I have went to research this device, there has been a complaint about this wee little button. And the reason why is because you can very easily palm it. And people say that it's uncomfortable to get to. Maybe my old ass hands are just more flexible than yours are. Or perhaps I've had more training than you have, or more time to practice, but I have had zero issue. This button on the fighter that I'm currently using, I believe is referred to as a Fox. Excuse me, I need coffee. As a Fox M, and belongs to the Federation, and its symbol looks like the United Federation of Planets, and I'm currently on a Star Trek trip. Has a stealth option, and this is the button I turn to for that stealth option. I've never accidentally hit it. I've never had any issue with it, and I can reach it very easily. It does not bother me to reach down and press that little button. It doesn't do anything to inhibit me. You know what? I'm just going to give you guys the opportunity to look at how this is set up. My mouse is way over here. I don't have any blocking issues. And just look at this while I go fetch a quick cup of coffee. Here we go. That's better. And yes, that is a picture of my family before my daughter was born on the side of my mug. Anyways, so I don't really like the thruster control, but it does give me a lot of control to reverse, push forward, and I know you can't quite see it, but right here there is a line of separation and a distinct notch in which that fits between this silver line and this red line. And this is a reverse thrust, forward thrust kind of apparatus. One of the things that I have had a lot of fun learning how to do in Star Conflict that I can eventually adopt to Star Citizen is reverse thrust fighting. It's been a lot of fun, actually. Guys expect me to turn around and fly forward like most people do, but no, I want to continue to get hits on you. So long as you switch the throttle all the way back, you can actually reverse thrust and eventually pick up to the same equivalent speed going backwards that you do forwards. And I hope that I can figure out a way to do that in Star Citizen, though I've had a little bit of an issue adopting these controls into Star Citizen and into games like War Thunder that advertises the successor to the system, the T-Flight 4, into and they're too many controls, and there are only, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 buttons on this. And some of those buttons have to be for flight. Period. So, that being said, I know it sounds a little overwhelming. Two of the buttons over here, which are a preset and mapping button, excuse me, I thought those were very differently labeled, don't actually have any play in here. And one of the buttons over here on the throttle, the house button or the home button, has no play at all whatsoever, and you cannot assign it, or these two over here on the base. So, Hotas, for those of you who may not know, means hands on throttle and stick. The intention is that you should never have to let go of these during the course of flight. You should be able to get all that you need. Now, this joystick has a full range of motion inside of a box. That's right, the framework for this, like most of the joysticks I've owned most of my life, is a box shape. It's a square shape. And it has the ability to twist. And this is a very... Why are you misbehaving it? Okay, so this is one of the complaints that I have. And I'm going to bring it over here to show you because I want to make sure that you can see. There's two little ruts here. A rut that goes up and a rut that goes to the side for this cord to go into. The cord will not stay there. Mind you, this is not a old, I bought this used. I got this for $50 brand new on Amazon. Now, for what it is, it works. There are a couple of issues, like this button comes to a fine point that I've jabbed myself with, and this cord does not want to stay in its rut. I'm seriously thinking about getting some Gorilla Glue and gluing it in, because I don't have a use for it being in this other position. Maybe if I was playing on PlayStation, which this is capable of doing, but I doubt it. And anytime it comes out of its rut, this wobbles on the table, and I don't like that. I have this on maximum resistance, by the way. If you have a device on the bottom of your joystick or on the side of your joystick or wherever you decide to put it, to in any way apply resistance, what we're looking for is positive feedback. This should be harder to move. There should be more resistance in it. And there is no more resistance than when it was set on the lowest setting. But it is quite snappy. It pops in with no issue at all whatsoever. It is on point and fully capable and fits my hand literally like a glove. And I'm grateful for that. I don't have to look at it to know where my hand is. Of course, this is the trigger. This is my talk button over here on the other side. This is my lock-on button, in stark conflict anyways. This is my missile button, and this has a variety of different purposes. Over here, I have my cloaking button, the several different things over here intended to help my ship, my look behind me, and my thruster, and my barrel roll right, barrel roll left, backwards, and forwards. And you should be able to do that in any game without even looking. And it should not even really take any practice at all whatsoever to do that. The reason why is because a Hotas is supposed to lend itself towards that. Now, I tried to put this on a game that is actually intended for the Thrustmaster T-Flight 4, which has a blue ring down here where this silver ring is, and has a blue firing button here. And yeah, no. I want to sit down, look at the settings, and set it as I want without any interference or difficulty. It doesn't give me the availability to do that because literally there are more options than this can handle. Also, I tried another game. I think it was called DCS Flight or something like that. I don't remember. It's been a little bit. I've slept since then. Literally, again, more controls than this can handle. As a basic introduction, it's very basic. I was actually kind of hoping for, there you are, you're playing a game with a friend, and there's something about that game, whether it be a board game with miniatures or a video game that has a specific aspect that you like, that leads you down a specific path. Things like this have those sorts of effects. Like, I've played with a throttle and a joystick in the arcade before, playing various different games. Though none of those throttles are what this is, they were all more comfortable than this is. Though I can't ever say I've ever seen a joystick that is as comfortable as this is. Now, I also have some issues with the games that are available for devices like this. For instance, there is an 8-way switch on here, which is constantly referred to in the key mapping as the POV switch, point of view switch. What that means and what is intended in that statement is that this is meant for you to look around with. Now, I have also used this in MechWarrior Online, and let me tell you, it's liberating. Now, I don't have down pat the body twisting movement, and this is yet another, again, control problem. The joystick twists out, and when it automatically, or when I let go of it to twist back in, the body of the mech doesn't come back in with it. I have an issue with that. This has been a seriously liberating experience and a seriously eye-opening experience as to the limited UI available for such systems. Literally, I would have to upgrade to something to the level of a, let's say, Logitech GX56 Rhino to be able to keep up with the sorts of things that are needed in games like I've mentioned. In Star Citizen by itself, the number of available key bindings for such a device is so overwhelming that it would take me 2, maybe 3 hours to finally define what I want separated into the Hotas, into my keyboard, into my mouse, and that's it. Now, aside from the minor discomfort of the thruster module, this has been a very useful system. I have a complaint as far as the thruster is concerned, that there is no form of resistance at all whatsoever, adding to the experience of this. There, literally, I pop it, it's forward, I pop it, it's back, I pop it, it's in the middle, I have to kind of pop it a couple of times. This is not fun. It literally takes a certain degree of physical discipline on my part in order to do certain things like, hey, I don't really want to be ballsing it up or bulldogging it up on this guy. I kind of want to slow up, reverse, full engines to the reverse, over, burn the thingies in the thumb of the hammer, because that's really what happens. You stop thinking and you start acting, and the words are, but really you're... I win! How did I win? And that is the experience with a Hotas. You're bulldogging it the entire way. See, already that's come out of its rut and it's beginning to wobble, and I don't like that. My other main issue with this Hotas system is that there is not a $50 competitor, Logitech. Now, I know that there are people like Mad Cats who could probably come out with a $50 alternative, and I'm sure that there are other controller manufacturers out there that can create another $50 option. But I don't believe anybody else but Logitech can do it. This should not be the only entry-level option. First of all, it's deeply uncomfortable and not, I want to take my hand off of this and work with my keyboard, and that is not appropriate. Now, I have not used this on the PlayStation yet. And, in the thing, the thing being the oh, there it is. In the images on Amazon, it shows this switch, PC or PlayStation 3. And I'm going to use this for Ace Combat. I don't remember which one it is. It's the one I downloaded to my PlayStation 3. It's free to play, and apparently multiple different people can play. So that's cool to me. See? Had to put it back in again. Now, for those of you who are complaining, this is not long enough to go around my keyboard. Guys, you need to recognize what size of a keyboard you have. This is not a small keyboard. It's an average size keyboard. Or perhaps you have not unlooped all the wire from the bottom of this. You have to consider such things. Now, last complaint, and that just reminded me. Oh, I hit a button down there. This only has a limited range of fairly smooth. What am I hitting? I'm hitting something. Go away. Go away. Has a array of very smooth rubber feet. So when you have to hit this, it has a tendency to jump and slide. And Daddy don't like that. Daddy don't like that at all. Not one damned bit, in matter of fact. So sometime whenever, and there's room, there's playroom right here where I could move this around. So, and this is the Alienware keyboard that came with my Alienware computer. Okay, this is not an uncommon item. And there are many keyboards in its size bracket. It's not ergonomic, and that's probably the reason why my wrists hurt. But beyond that, it's just an average, everyday keyboard. Nothing more, nothing less. It's not complicated. And these work really well. But this is very uncomfortable. This is very comfortable. This is very uncomfortable. It hurts my hand because, I'm old and my hands hurt. Very uncomfortable to my hand. And I would actually like something a little bit more throttle-like. Okay? I do like the placement of the buttons, but I don't like this little horn here. And aside from that, it's a good $50 option. I just really wish it had a competitor. Because if it had a competitor, I probably would have gone with that instead of this 1980s looking shit. That's right, it's not aesthetically pleasing. And it is wired together. Even though it does fit around my computer quite well, I would have preferred two separate units that had a square foot with plenty of rubber footing on the bottom. A square box with rubber footing, if you get my meaning, on both ends. I would have rathered that than whatever the hell this is. There's like big hunks of useless plastic on this. Okay, that take up room on my desk that I would much rather not have. Okay? And beyond that, it is a good option. It does work. It does work, and it does work well. And I've had fun with it. I'm playing Star Conflict for no other reason than I cannot currently play Star Citizen on. I want a refund. I'm not going to get one. It's too old. It's only like 3 years old, and it can't run Star Citizen, and it more than surpasses the requirements. It's just an old fogey. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun, I gotta tell you. If you've never held your hands on a Hotas before, it is indeed a lot of fun. So guys, this is my review of the, wait, something that has been mentioned in half the videos I've seen of this. So it comes with its own screws already embedded in the plastic that you could probably just unscrew and take out. They are a hex kind of a screw, so it requires an Allen wrench, and this unit comes with one. However, it's not easy to get out. Matter of fact, I have tried several times, and I cannot get that little fucker out of there. I would literally have to go find a screwdriver of a common head size and shape that would have been easily found in nearly any household that could have been used on these, as opposed to an Allen wrench that cannot be removed. Probably a flathead screwdriver. Just pop that fucker right out of there. Because there are all these smooth edges. See? You can't... Yeah, no, it's not happening. Not this week. I'd like to see somebody who actually does it, honestly. Anyways, this is the Dragon Tiger Ninja channel. Once again, hoping that you have a lot of fun, that you come back and see us again sometime. Stop, you bastard. Stop! Turn off. I hate phones.